Hello everyone, my name is Ashley Beverly, and for my Persuasive Speech, I will be persuading you guys on how to become a vegetarian. Take a moment and imagine yourself in a farmhouse. You are eating food with your fellow animals and just minding your own business, grazing the land. All of a sudden, a man comes up to you and starts beating you. You're scared for a moment and you're shocked. As he continues to beat you, he throws you into a vehicle. You're scared, you're terrified, and you're along with other animals. You want to get out, but you can't. You're locked in. You drive for a little while in this vehicle, and then all of a sudden you start to get tired and thirsty. You come to a stop, and the man lets you out. When you get out, you expect to get some water for your thirst, but instead he beats you and beats you again. You're dragged into this room, and then the man pulls out a gun. He turns to the animal beside you and shoots the animal. Then he turns and points the gun to shoot and shoots you as well. Now you're stunned from this, but you're still conscious. You're not completely knocked out. After that, the man lifts up your throat and the man lifts up your head and he slits your throat. What I have described to you today is what happens all over America. Meat today is one of America's highest selling profits. It is here everywhere around us, in homes, in restaurants, in drive-thrus, and even in our own backyards. These violent acts against animals, the hidden secrets of the meat industry, and a belief in healthier life are some of the main reasons why people in America should make the transition to be a vegetarian. The main and biggest reason that Americans should become vegetarians is because of the meat industry. Hundreds of Americans buy and cook meat daily. It's a habit that has long been a part of our culture. What Americans fail to realize is that the meat they consume in their bodies is unclean and unsanitary. These animals that their meat comes from has been the result of battery and assault. Animal cruelty begins on the farm. Most U.S. farmers raise cattle for meat and consumption. The proper way to kill an animal is to stun them, but only 40% of the animals are stunned properly. The other 60% are still conscious and feel every pain, hit, and agonizing brutality that's come against them. Cows in America are exploited for their milk and are countlessly impregnated to have children in order that they will produce enough milk to feed their children. After the calves are born, the boys are killed immediately and the girls are raised to repeat the same process. Most of the males are killed off. Hens and chickens are another animals that are abused. Once they are harvested, they are caged and confined really close together and beaten only for their eggs. If a hen cannot produce enough eggs, they are killed off. Hogs and pigs in America may have it the worst of all. Hogs are beaten really brutally. They are hooked up to a machine. Their throats are cut, and on the way they're still bleeding. They're dragged down to what will be their final doom. After that, the hogs are placed in boiling pots of water, 140 degrees or higher, and boiled to death. What is even more shocking about these deaths than the meat themselves is most of the meat is unclean. Beef in America is sometimes injected with a red dye to make it appear fresh. Sometimes farmers will sell off rotten meat, but will put a whole lot of chemicals in it to mask the musk of the smell. The flavors in burgers half the time when Americans eat come from the blood and the urine that are left behind in the patties. There's a thing called pink slime that has been out since the 1990s, and pink slime is a very lean. The scraps that come from the meat that's left over gets processed and washed in ammonia, and that's what's called pink slime. And most restaurants serve this, and also in school lunches. The U.S. government says it's safe, but why gamble with it? Why eat contaminated food? Why put up with animal cruelty? Being a vegetarian is more easier. Some people may think that being a vegetarian is hard work or it's impossible, but it's really not at all. There are all different kinds of vegetarian lifestyles, but you have to pick the one that's right for you. For example, a vegan doesn't eat any animal products, doesn't eat meat or pork or poultry. They don't eat eggs and they don't eat milk because it comes from animals. You could try to be a lacto vegetarian, whereas you don't eat meat or eggs, but you can still eat dairy products. If you prefer to eat milk and eggs, but you don't want to eat dairy products, if you don't want to eat meat products, then you can be a lacto-vegetarian. To reward you for making the switch from being a meat eater into a vegetarian, you can live longer because you'll be healthier. You don't have to worry about diseases such as cancer, breast cancer, colon cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, and especially obesity. By eliminating meat out of your life, you add 13 years to your life. You will have more energy throughout your day. You'll save the life of poor animals and save money in your pocket. Most people, when they exclude meat from their purchasing of the grocery list, they save around $44,000 per year. Most importantly, you will be ending the pain and suffering of many animals that die each year. In conclusion, we have seen what happens behind the closed doors of the meat industry. We have seen how animals are treated, how our food is prepared, and the better life choices that await us if we simply make the switch. So let me ask you one final thing. Are you ready to be a vegetarian? Thank you. I'm done. Okay, what was that?